Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Inner Creation Collective. These are weekly trainings that we do weekly. Yes, of course. And all of these trainings are to help you be the leader of your own life, to help you be your own best teacher, and to really integrate these practices into your life so that, life can be a little bit easier for you. If you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Bridget Aileen, and I am a human. That's how I'm going to explain myself. I am a circle leader. I am a coach. I am a speaker. I'm a teacher. And I'm really here to create safe spaces for growth, for expansion, for connection, and to really help us live an absolutely beautiful life. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here this morning. There's something on my screen. So if you are here this morning with me, we are talking about the 5 sutras of the Aquarian Age. And you might have seen the title of that and thought to yourself, well, what does that mean? What is a sutra? Who created these sutras? What is she talking about in general? So thank you for showing up for yourself today. And I'd love to explain all of those things. So if you're watching live, make sure to say hi. And if you're watching the replay, also say hi so I can connect with you and comment after. Okay, let's hop into this. Let's hop right in. So what are the 5 sutras of the Aquarian Age? What is the Aquarian Age? This is something I have talked about a couple of times inside this community, but basically around 2011, 2012, the Earth moved into the age of Aquarius. And this happens about every 2,000 years. We move through the astrological cycle. So we move from the Piscean age to the age of Aquarius. And these 2 ages have a very different vibe, a very different feel. So you are on this journey right now at this specific time because you are here to bring forth some of these Aquarian ideals. And let me explain what those are so you can see the difference. So the age of Pisces, or the Piscean age, was really ruled by hierarchy, rule, power, more structure, and you looked towards someone else as your leader. So think about in religious organizations, think about all the wars that happened in the last 2,000 years. It was typically because we had this structure of, okay, well, my God says I should be doing this, so if anyone says anything different, we have to hurt each other, right? And that's what was happening. And when we made this transition from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age, things started feeling different. And now around 2011, 2012, hi, Melissa, around 2011, 2012, when we made this shift into the age of Aquarius, the Mayan calendars thought it was like death, right? Was it, I think, December 12th, 2012, like the end of the world. And in some ways, it was the end of an era. It was the end of the Piscean age that was ruled by hierarchy, power, religion, wars, business, and all those structures of someone is better than you, and you have to listen to someone who's better than you. Now, the age of Aquarius, what does that look like? Well, this is an age where these yogic teachings are being shared because it's the age where we are all one. We are all here together. We are here to unite. We are here to connect. It's about humanitarian efforts. It's a time where the truth can't be hidden. So you've probably seen this. Let's think about politics. Let's think about healthcare. Let's think about, our food supply. There's no more lying that can go on because we are seeing right through all the BS now, because this is a time when all those things are going to be unearthed. So if you're not in alignment with the truth, that will be shown to the world. And that's what's happening. So we have the ideals of oneness, of equality, of your inner truth. And my favorite part of this is that this age teaches us to be our own best teacher. So you can have these teachings that I'm going to share with you today, but you are your own best teacher. No one can tell you what to do. It's a time of self-initiation. It's a time of you being your own best teacher. You are the leader of your life. You are the creator. And it's so funny because, we're seeing more people at a yoga studio on a Sunday morning than a church because it's the inner authority now versus the outer authority. And that's one of the biggest differences in this day and age. So that's a little bit of that. Now, who came up with these 5 sutras? These 5 sutras were created by Yogi Bhajan, and he is really the man who brought kundalini yoga to the West and to the people. So kundalini yoga is called the yoga of awareness, but this was what's called a Raj yoga, R-A-J, and that meant it's a royal yoga. So it was typically kept in secrecy for rulers, people of power, people of religious power, and it was kind of kept in the shadows. It wasn't for the layman during those times. And in the 1960s, when he brought these teachings to us, because he saw that, people were joining these like hippie movements, he knew the Aquarian Age was happening. So he knew people were starting to dive into themselves, and he knew Kundalini technology would help people do that. So he brought us these teachings. A sutra is essentially a knot. But if that's hard to think about, or a thread, think of it like a teaching. So these teachings build upon each other. They help us live a beautiful life, essentially. So that's what the sutras are. That's where this came from. That's what we're stepping into. That's what we're moving into. And I know you already feel this. Melissa, you're here. I know you already feel this. There are so many things that are changing, and it's really exciting to be a part of it. And if you are here now, you are part of that movement, part of this Aquarian Age oneness movement, part of the truth movement. So welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One more thing, of course I take notes. One more thing about the Piscean age versus the Aquarian age is that it used to be, I forget the exact saying, but now like the mantra is be to be, be to be. So it's accepting yourself as a whole person. And that's what this time is telling us to do, be to be. Accept yourself for who you are in your total truth, and keep going, keep up, and you will be kept up by the force that's greater than you. So a little saying. So now there are 5 sutras. I'm going to go through each one. And depending on how long this is, I might decide to like break it into multiple series of conversations, like do one next week, but we'll see. So the first one is recognize the other person is you. I'm going to actually write these in the comments because I think it will be helpful. Let's see. Recognize the other person is you. And oof, that's a challenging one. That's a challenging one, absolutely. And I want to read the quote that he says. So Yogi Bhajan says, "In me, I have found only one reality, that I breathe in and I breathe out. And so everything that breathes in or out is reality. When I found this as a reality in everybody, I found myself in everybody and everybody in myself." He is saying at the most basic level, we are all one. We all breathe in, we all breathe out. That is reality. That is truth. We are all one. So recognize the other person as you. And this is similar to, and all these teachings are so similar across the different channels, right? Across different lineages, across different spiritual teachings. It's that concept of the mirror, right? When someone does something or says something and you feel reaction, it's your own internal reaction to the thing. It doesn't mean it's easy to go through. So recognize the other person as you, or is you. And this can be very challenging when we see people in the world who are doing things that aren't nice, or they're mean, or there's people that have done terrible things in this world, and there are people that trigger us. However, it's not saying that what they're doing is okay or all right, but it's how can we see that piece of them that is also inside of ourselves? And how can we see this through the lens of love? Because really all of their actions are just a call for love, and we all have those calls for love in many different ways. Maybe theirs is coming out in a more aggressive, rageful way, but you can see that you've maybe felt the same from time to time. And the same when people like trigger you. Recognize the other person is you. Why are they triggering you? What are they bringing up within you? What are they bringing to light? Maybe something that you're trying to work through, and that's why they're triggering you. And these 5 sutras, he almost did them by year. So I think that 2013 was when this was like the sutra of the year. And he teaches us to like focus on one at a time. So some of us might be here. We might just be starting to understand that we're all connected. Shit, we're all connected. Those who trigger us are a part of us. We're all one. We all breathe in, we all breathe out. That other person is us. We are all pieces of each other in different ways. So that one can be challenging. Let me know how you have felt with that one. That concept of the mirror, the concept of all being connected, because that can absolutely be a challenge. So I'd love to hear how that feels for you. Need water. Okay. So, number 2. I'm going to write it. There's a way through every block. I love that one. There's a way through every block. And this sutra, he talks about how not everything, like the Piscean age was really that time of like logic and reasoning. This is the intuition age. So there's a way through every block, and sometimes not every block can be gone through by just logic and reasoning, but it's really our intuition. So how can we tap on this inner guidance to help us through the blocks? And that's where a practice of meditation or breath work or yoga or just connection really, really will help you, because you'll start to see that there are creative solutions everywhere. We just have to be open to them. We have to be able to see beyond what is seen. And I love that, because that feels so good. And there's always a way through every block, even like our most challenging, maybe menial small things that happen. Like Eric and I couldn't decide where to go out to dinner last night. Like that's one of our biggest challenges in our relationship. So, but there's a way through every block. 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 And one of my favorite spiritual teachers, her name is Tosha Silver, and she writes this beautiful, beautiful book called Outrageous Openness. And in there, she talks about like creative solutions, and she'll pray and she'll say, you know, thank you for guiding me to the perfect creative solution. It's already there. It's already there. It's already there. And I think this is a beautiful sutra to call upon divine guidance. Like we don't have to do it all alone. Although we are the creators of our lives and like we do have this independence, we can call upon outside sources like the divine, like the universe, like God, like XYZ thing that feels good for you. You can call upon them when you're feeling like you can't do it all alone. And I've done this, I do this all the time. I was saying inside the Soulful Essence Experience on Sunday, like I was tired. I was physically tired. But of course I'm going to show up for the people in my space, like 100%. I would never not. But that was a time where I'm calling on divine guidance because I felt a little bit of that block. I'm like, how am I going to show up? And then we were reminded that it's not just us. I do the same thing when I teach yoga. I call upon divine guidance and I say, please guide me through my words, actions, my energy. Please guide me. I'm sure the same with like Reiki or anything that we do in our lives, any conversation that feels scary. We can always call upon this guidance. It's not just about logic. It's not just about reasoning. We can use our intuition. And that feels really, really good to know that we don't have to do it all on our own. We can call upon the support. We can call upon the masters, teachers, angels, loved ones, all the people who help us on this earthly journey. That's my way of saying it. So love that one. Snaps, hearts, stars, if you also love that one. That one feels really, really good to me. Okay. Now it's really hard for me to pick a favorite because 3 is also amazing. So the third Aquarian Sutra is when the time is on you, start and the pressure will be off. When the time is on you, start and the pressure will be off. Like, duh, right? But sometimes we need to be reminded these things. I'm going to read it again. When the time is on you, start and the pressure will be off. That brings it like into reality, right? Because how many times have you felt stuck, felt overwhelmed about doing X, Y, and Z thing because you were so scared of actually doing the thing, but your fear about doing the thing was so much scarier than just starting? Like, hello, all of us. Hello, all of us. We all do this. We all are like literally incredible procrastinators, and we come up with these amazing, amazing excuses to not do the thing. It's incredible, truly incredible. Truly. So when the time is on you, start and the pressure will be off. And I, of course, took notes on this one. So this reminds me of the beautiful concept that channeled through me one day, which is magnetic momentum. And it just tells us that the way to make changes in our lives is just to take little steps in the direction of our goals every single freaking day. So that's meditating every day. That's working out every day. And Melissa, you are a shining star of doing these things. Like, you literally have done this. You literally. You have done this, and it's incredible to see because you have seen the changes in your life. Like, you've literally seen it. You're riding momentum. And the more and more you keep doing things, you're going to keep riding that momentum. And one of my favorite Yogi Bhajan quotes is, "The mind is a dangerous neighborhood. Don't stay there too long." Action gets us out of the mind, because then we're not just thinking about the thing. We're just doing it. We're moving the needle forward. And the most beautiful thing about starting is it doesn't have to be where you're going to end. Like, I tell this story all the time, but I came into this, my journey started with a health crisis. I thought I would be like, basically a naturopathic doctor. Like, that's what I really thought I would do in the start of this, or like a gynecologist, because I had so many women's issues. That's where I started. And now I see myself as a spiritual teacher here to bring these teachings down to earth and like make them so relatable and create safe spaces for us to do those things. If I had not started, I would never be here. If I had thought that, oh my God, how am I gonna be this doctor? Like, I just took the action and here we are. So it doesn't even matter what you're doing. Like, just take action, just move the needle forward, because we become so stuck when we don't move that needle forward. And then we're paralyzed. Remember, you said this in the group, analysis paralysis. And like, that's what happens. That's this to a T, analysis paralysis. And this is actually what we're talking about inside of not only the Soulful Essence Experience, but I am hosting a women's circle on February 11th. And it's about dancing with fear and doing it anyway. And this is the sutra that really like brings that home, because it's that teaching that's like, duh, when the time is on you, start and the pressure will be off. Don't you wish we had this in like high school? Where like all those papers that we waited until midnight to start, do like 8 a.m. the next day? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really, really good one. So I love that, and it helps us move the needle forward. So again, these sutras build upon each other. You can kind of feel that there's like layers to it, and that's why like starting with like recognize that the other person is you is really helpful. Number 4, understand through compassion or you will misunderstand the times. Understand through compassion or you will misunderstand the times. Understand through compassion or you will misunderstand the times. Oof. And this is where I think it's really important to have started with like Sutra 1, because this element of compassion has to be cultivated, especially when we don't understand that we're all connected. But when we can see that that other person who has wronged others is us, maybe in a way different level or vibration, we're all one. We're all one. We're all one. I'll read the quote for this one that I really liked. Okay, so he says that we need to turn our passions into compassion, because he says that passion is great, but passion is fleeting, and we need to have compassion. So this is what he says: turn your passions into compassion by feeling others are you and you are others. Remove the barriers of the egocentric self and feel the self in all. All is one and one is all. Ooh, this is the quote. If you can't see God in all, you can't see God at all. So understand through compassion or you will misunderstand the times. And this can be really challenging because there's always an opportunity with the media, with the news, to see things not through the lens of compassion. It's actually easier in our society, like quote unquote easier, to see things through, oh my God, everything's going to shit. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But if we can shift into compassion, if we can shift there, if we can see things through the lens of love, it'll be a much better way to understand the times. And going back to the times, we came from the Piscean age into the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius is all about heart-centered. You see all these heart-centered entrepreneurs show up, like they're leading from their heart. They don't have like a business plan. They're leading from their heart. They're using their intuition. That is the future. Of course, we need to have a little bit of structure. Yes, because that will be our foundation. But we are heart-centered leaders. And when we can go through our lives with compassion, we are changing the world. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, feel that. Snaps for that. Anyone here in this space is a heart-centered leader, whether they know it or not. So welcome home. Okay. And number 5. Vibrate. I wrote vibrate. Vibrate the cosmos. The cosmos shall clear the path. Okay. Vibrate the cosmos shall clear the path. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? This is what I had to sit with for a little bit, because I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And remember that these are my own interpretation, mixed with some of the teachings. Like, this is how I see it. So you might see it differently. So if you're here now, what does that mean to you? What does vibrate the cosmos and the cosmos shall clear the path mean to you? I would love to hear that. Love to hear that one. Vibrate the cosmos shall clear the path. Vibrate the cosmos shall clear the path. Vibrate the cosmos shall clear the path. Like, ooh, okay. So I will share what I see this as. So when I think of the cosmos, I think about infinite expanse. I think about infinite potential. I think about seeing beyond the beyond. I think about not even knowing, but feeling that there's more. So when I hear this, the first thing that comes to mind is that if we vibrate the cosmos, meaning that if we embody this vastness, this infinite potential, the space, the possibility, the infinite, if we can embody that, if we vibrate the cosmos, if we embody that, anything is possible. Anything in this entire universe. And I think when we can have that as our baseline, the cosmos shall clear the path, because we are vibrating infinity. If we vibrate infinity, infinity will clear the way. We will be infinity. Okay, now that's a little esoteric, so I like to go deep. Layman's terms. This is alignment with the universe. Okay, so what is the home frequency of the universe? It's love. What's our home frequency? It's love. We are the universe. We are God. God is us. We are all. We are the divine. We are source. There is source. Yeah, that can go pretty far. But if we can vibrate love will clear the way. Okay, how do we get more in alignment with the universe? The most simple practice that we talk about all the time: breath, mantra, meditation, yoga, nature. All of those hold the same similar vibration of love, of truth, of the way. So the more and more that we can focus on those things, the more the cosmos shall clear the way. You said our frequencies or vibrations. Yeah, it's all vibration. And this is why I really recommend feeling into future experiences. So, say you're trying to grow the biz, I really recommend feeling into that experience. I also recommend finding similar cousins of like what you've already done that are kind of similar to what you want to do, because it's the same. It's a vibration. It's the same thing. It's a vibration. It's a vibration. It's a vibration. And if you can start thinking of the universe in terms of vibration and frequency, you will see things very, very differently. I think Nikola Tesla actually said that. Yeah. I mean, he understood this. And many great teachers have understood this. I'm like, why isn't this like commonplace? Like, let's go. Come on. So, vibrate the cosmos and the cosmos shall clear the path. Vibrate the cosmos and the cosmos shall clear the path. Let me see if I had any other notes. No. I don't have any other notes. So integration of these practices. Simply start with the first. So recognize the other person as you. Recognize that the people who trigger you are a part of you that maybe wants to be seen and wants to be heard. Recognize that the people who have wronged you are also you in a way. And how can you look at that through the lens of compassion? Compassion, 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 compassion. Vibrate compassion, 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 compassion. So start small. Magnetic momentum, start small. The cosmos shall clear the path for you. So let's go over them really quickly. And feel free to comment on your favorite one so far. So recognize the other person is you, number 1. Number 2, there's a way through every block. Love that. Creative solutions, always. Number 3, when the time is on you, start and the pressure will be off. Number 4, understand through compassion or you will misunderstand the times. Woohoo! And number 5, vibrate the cosmos shall clear the path. It's like these sound deep, but they're not. These are so applicable, so applicable. And I think I want to take this kind of training further and break this down maybe into like little micro trainings, because I think that these could be really beautiful fundamentals for all of us. All of us. Like we could really benefit with all these. So happy Saturday. What a beautiful way to start the day. I encourage you, then, since you've opened this portal to these teachings, you'll probably see them today. So let me know what comes up for you, what you see. As I mentioned, number 3, we're going to be talking about in the Women's Circle next week, next Tuesday, dancing with fear and doing it anyway, meaning like move through it, take action, see it through the lens of love, see it through compassion. So really all of these. Yeah. So let's party. Let's have an amazing day. Let's choose, because everything is always a choice. Choose to have an awesome, rocking day. And I love you. Have an amazing day. Bye, Melissa. Have the most amazing day. Love them all, right? Love, love. I wish I could see you like live with me. All right. I'll talk to you later. Happy Saturday. Love you.